All right.
Welcome back to another video.
Man, that's the first time.
Yes.
Today we are talking about tips on going vegan. So yeah.
Specifically, if you live in the Midwest or like an
A
area
rural
that
area.
Yeah. So the biggest tip for going vegan, and it's going to be what jumpstarts your whole journey, is finding your why. So why do you want to go vegan? Is it for the animals, the planet, your health? What's your main reason that you want to do this and make this lifestyle switch? Find that out, because that's always going to be the reason that you stick with it.
Mm-hmm. You keep going.
Yeah.
So the next tip is documentaries. I think it's always good to know what goes on the inside.
Yeah.
So my favorite documentary is Cowspiracy. That's the first documentary that we watched.
Yeah.
And that pretty much talks about what animal agriculture does and how it impacts the planet. Another one is Game Changers.
Mm-hmm.
That's more for like athletics, but it also still tells you what types of proteins, talks about the qualities of the proteins, and what it does to the body over time.
Yeah. The only documentary that I probably wouldn't recommend would be Earthlings. We've never seen the whole thing, but that one's just like really intense. So
depending on how graphic you want to get.
that one's like actually
see,
very raw and real. I mean, it's real footage from people who are undercover in factory farms, but it is very disturbing.
Yeah. Just the fact that we are even saying that should tell you should be going vegan. So you came to the right place. You're on the right track.
Another really great documentary that is pretty recent for us. Two actually ones. The most recent one we saw was Eating Our Way to Extinction. That was really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
That just talks about like the environment, but that one's kind of like overall just like kind of covers everything.
Mm-hmm.
But it's mainly like environment and like how we're like tearing down rainforests, and it's a whole thing. It's on Prime. I really recommend it. It was really good. And Nehemiah and Bianca are also in that documentary, but and then the other one is kind of goes off of Cowspiracy, but Seaspiracy.
Yeah,
that one was good. I think that's better than Cowspiracy. Seaspiracy covered on like the ocean life, obviously, but it also like went into like the environment, like the ocean impact it had on the ocean, the impact it has on your health, like how it's actually like illegal. A lot of the ways these fish are caught is not even legal, but they cover it up. It's like crazy. It was crazy. It's really good.
And also life on the boat, what other people experience.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of, what do you call it?
They're like prisoners.
Yeah.
They're like sex slaves. Well, not sex slaves, but they are human trafficked.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Something like that.
But yeah, so I know there's more that I've heard of, but I haven't watched. But those are the ones that we've watched, and they've helped a lot.
Yeah, they
so
have.
if you haven't, recommend you watching those for sure.
Okay, so there's two ways you can go vegan. You can either go vegan overnight, or you can slowly just replace the meat and dairy and eggs eventually that you're eating over time. And that's how we did it, because I know myself, and I'm very much a person naturally that if I go all into something, I will quit. I will give it up eventually, and that's just who I am as a person. I'm an Aries. I can't help it. And Logan also, we'd been eating this way for like our entire lives up to this point, and I was 20 and he was 22. So we went vegetarian. We cut out red meat first. Then once we cut out red meat for a while, we pretty much just immediately cut out chicken for the most part. The only time that we really had meat other than that was when we were in situations where we really would have starved otherwise. Anyways, that really wasn't necessary to add, but anyways, we did it over time, and you can do it overnight. I just think, who are you as a person? What do you think is going to work better? If you're going to do it overnight, I would really recommend you just do some fucking research, throw out the things in your house. That was also another thing too, like, we had a lot of things that we were eating. We gave up meat really quickly. We were vegetarian pretty much while we were living with my mom, and we really didn't go vegan until we moved on our own because it was just easier.
Yeah. But also, if you're thinking about doing it overnight, then you should already have the mindset of learning what you need to do. If you don't have that, then go slow into it.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to go all into something not knowing how to do it properly, you're going to burn yourself out and
True.
you're going to fail. And then you're going to be hard on yourself and then you might just forget about it. Just if it's helpful and you're not sure, just go slow. Start off vegetarian. You can start off slow by just cutting out beef first, so like red meat first. You can cut out fish, and then the next week you can cut out chicken,
turkey,
and then turkey. I think turkey was actually the last one.
I think so too.
You can just do that. Start doing more research, and then the next month you can cut out dairy, or you can cut out eggs first, and then you can go a little bit longer and then cut out dairy, and then eventually you are now plant-based vegan. So another helpful tip would be finding a vegan community. YouTube, there's a lot of people, influencers, hint hint. And usually a lot of influencers have ebooks, so they have recipes. There's a lot of Instagram pages that you can find that have vegan recipes, especially nowadays. When I first went vegan, I never thought about even going on Instagram and looking up recipes, vegan recipes. I didn't even know that they were there. You can even go on Google and find it. Facebook groups.
Pinterest.
If you live in a city, a big city especially, all you gotta do is find a Facebook group and you're most likely gonna find people in your own city that you guys share similarities.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely recommend getting in a community. That's going to be helpful.
One YouTuber, and like not just YouTuber, but like just person, I guess like spokesperson, who we love, and I feel like if you're watching this video, you would have to know who he is, but that's Earthling Ed. His speech that he gave was actually the reason that I wanted us to go vegan, and then I showed it to him. So definitely watch that. It has like 3 million views on YouTube or something like that. Yeah, he's like the vegan Jesus, so...
If you're wondering, the video, he's actually talking in front of a bunch of college kids.
Yeah.
So
we kind of just said this, but Google recipes, vegan recipes, go to Instagram, go to Pinterest. There is vegan recipes everywhere, and I'm serious, you guys. There is nothing that you cannot veganize. Doesn't exist. There is a vegan recipe for literally everything you could think of. There's vegan angel food cake. There's vegan fish, dude. Like, there's vegan squid.
It's a little weird, isn't it?
Yeah, I wouldn't eat that shit personally, but it does exist.
Another big one is don't care what people think. So especially if your whole family, you were raised on an animal-based diet, which you most likely are if you're watching this video. Just don't care. Like, it always goes back to remember your why. Yeah. Why do you want to do it? So just don't forget that. And people are gonna try and make claims that are just not simply true if it's against it. So yeah, just don't care what they think.
Yeah. One thing I do want to add this. One thing that you will notice when you go vegan, because obviously you're changing your whole life, it's gonna come up in topic of conversation, right? It's gonna come up. Well, nobody in our family is vegan or even vegetarian. Literally nobody in both of our families. So it obviously comes up in conversation. Not as much as it used to, but it still does.
Hold on one sec. I do have one person in my family that is vegetarian.
Who?
Jessica.
Oh, she is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my cousin, I do have a cousin that is vegetarian.
That's
I just
true.
remembered that.
That's true.
Which is actually cool because when she found out that I went vegetarian, she hit me up and was giving me a bunch of recipes.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
People are going to say things to you. Just don't let it get to you. But one thing I will say, just know this. For some reason, people really get defensive if you talk about why you're vegan, especially if you're vegan for animal welfare. They get offended when you explain what goes on. And I mean, I don't know if it's because, I would assume probably because they know what goes on too, and they know that they take part in that, and they just don't want to give that up because it seems hard. But just be ready for that. Be ready for people to get really defensive and like try to make it seem like you're coming at them when you're really just explaining why you're going vegan, which they probably asked you in the first place and started the conversation. So just expect that.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a big like myth and misconception about being vegan, is that you have to have a lot of money. Being vegan isn't expensive unless you make it that way. Like, A whole food plant-based diet is literally the cheapest diet I think you can be on. Unless you're eating ramens for every meal, the whole food diet is the most inexpensive diet to be on. Because think about it. I mean, fucking, if you're like one of those people who like gets like the grass-fed chicken or the grass-fed beef, right? We know that's a lie. Me and you both looking at this camera, we know that's a lie. But if you get like the grass-fed chicken, you know, you can easily spend like $10 for 2 chicken breasts.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know.
That's a lot of fucking money.
Oh, I know.
And literally our main protein sources are like beans, lentils, soy curls, and all of those things are dirt cheap. Rice. We eat tons of rice. You can get it. We got a 10-pound bag of rice at the store the last time, and I think we spent like maybe $12.
Yeah, it was something like that.
And for 10 pounds
it was
of
on
rice,
sale too, I remember.
Literally will last us for months.
Right.
So
or like
alternatives,
like beans.
Yeah.
Dude, oh man.
Alternatives and like really like meat and cheese alternatives, that's where you're gonna spend a lot of money. But
even if you do
time,
buy that stuff though, it's still not gonna add up to the price that it would if you ate meat or you consumed dairy.
That's
because
true.
guess what? Now you get to skip the turkey for Thanksgiving, which costs how much? Like $50,
Dude, yeah.
$60. I think this last year was like $80.
Yeah.
It was more
and
expensive
hey,
than usual.
Think about it this way. Yeah, meat and cheese alternatives like that cost a lot, but they're pretty innovative stuff. I mean, meat and dairy companies be charging you the same thing, and they don't do anything that's creative. They just kill animals, okay? And they still be charging you the same thing, so they don't put no thought into it. There you go.
Oh yeah, so we're just gonna go ahead and as of right now, we don't like Daya.
Oh yeah.
So when you go to the store and you're looking at alternatives and you see a cheese by Daya, just a heads up, it's not going to be the best. So don't buy it and eat it and then hate it and then say, oh, I can't find vegan cheese.
Exactly.
There's a lot of brands out there.
Because unfortunately, Daya cheese is the most affordable and the most accessible. Like pretty much every place. Even if they only have one little small vegan section, I guarantee you, if they have one brand of vegan cheese, I guarantee you it's Daya.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the most accessible, but we've tried it, and that was the first vegan cheese that we did try, and I was like, I don't know about this.
Right.
But that brand just sucks. And we've tried, like, Violife, Follow Your Heart. Trader Joe's even has really good vegan cheese, so just keep trying, you know?
Now, if you are watching this and you're from a small town like we are, and let's say you're from a smaller town and your local grocery store doesn't even have anything, like maybe a tofu and that's it, or rice, beans, obviously, then I hope you have a Walmart that's within 30 miles away that you can go and get it from.
Yeah.
Coming from somebody like, because I live in a bigger town now, but if I was vegan living back in my hometown, which was really small, and we didn't even have a Walmart, and we just had one local grocery store, most of the time, my mom actually liked to go into Walmart. So you're most likely going to travel anyways to go get your groceries.
Good point.
So, got you on that one.
Okay, and the last tip that we have is being vegan is obviously a crazy experience, a crazy journey, and there is tons of vegan junk food. Yes, just like there is tons of junk food anyways that does have animal products too. But being vegan, if you want it to be, you can really create like the healthiest version of yourself, because let's be honest, what's not vegan junk food? Plants. Literally veggies, fruits. Legumes, beans, like all kinds of stuff, and it's really good for your body. It nourishes it.
It's what the body craves. It's really what the body runs on, just like gasoline in a car.
Exactly, yeah.
You're not gonna put
it's
diesel
really
in a
what
car.
we as humans are designed to eat.
Yeah, based on scientific studies and how our teeth are actually made, that it is actually factual that it's made for plants and not animals.
There's a reason why it takes 5 minutes to chew on a little piece of steak.
But this isn't the video for that. We can do that on a different video. But we're just here to say that when you go vegan, and you like, let's say you're eating a lot of junk food. Okay, well, just know that you can eat junk food on an animal-based diet. So don't get it confused. Don't say, oh, it was very unhealthy, so I just went back. Just know that if you're eating unhealthy on a vegan diet, you're most likely eating unhealthy on a plant-based diet. Now, if you're not, and you're actually eating healthy on a animal-based diet, then you need to do more work. You need to figure out, okay, I'm obviously missing some foods here, do some homework, figure out what are some of the healthiest foods to eat on a vegan diet. And that goes back to finding a lot of other influencers, because there's a lot of influencers that really strive on a plant-based diet, a lot of athletes. So yeah, just do your homework and figure it out. But you can become the healthiest version of yourself on a whole foods, plant-based, vegan diet.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe, I believe that is all the tips for today.
Just remember,
one extra bonus one actually that just came up on my mind is if you have a Western medicine doctor, just expect them to say,
I forgot about that.
Let them know obviously that you're vegan, but they will say that since you're vegan, you have a higher chance of
being low
in B12. That's what I was trying to say. But just know that by now, if you've done your homework, that's for everybody, not just vegans. It's another myth. So, but
just remember that being vegan seems really hard and challenging, but it's so worth it in the end. Once you get there and you get like food that you like and you feel good, it's worth it.
Right. And also, since I was talking about doctors, if your doctor has if he doesn't like the vegan diet and it interferes with your visits, just know if you can afford it, there are naturopathic doctors, and they will take things like that more serious.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that is all the tips that we have for you guys today on going vegan. If you like this video, hit the like button. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. If you have another idea or questions, let us know and we will answer them. But yeah, hit that subscribe button too. But yeah, anyways.
We will see you guys in the next video.
Peace out.
Bye.